YouTube when you're done filming? Or?
It's up there right now.
Oh, okay, cool. Is it archived too?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I upload like an HD 4K version. And so that'll go up later, and that won't have like the scoreboard on it.
Sure.
But it'll be crystal clear.
Cool. I film for art when my kid's not playing goal, which is today. But then if somebody else is already doing it and we can have access to it.
Yeah, send that to the team. It's
Okay.
It's up live right now. And everybody can
Thanks.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Game 2 for the Fargo Angels here at the Edina Tradition Invitational. Face off with the Fiore against White Bear Lake. White Bear Lake wearing the dark sweaters. Face off controlled now by White Bear with the puck getting stolen back. Kept in at the point, recovered by Nyquist down in the far corner. He passes it back near side to deep partner Therrelson. Therrelson feeds it up just underneath the stick of Heasland. Pressured now by Noah as the puck went to 5. Defender for White Bear. White Bear recovering back in neutral zone, bringing it back into Angels zone. Puck's got in traffic. 12 blows multiple tires. That's going to allow Therrelson to dump the puck back down into White Bear Lake area. Pressured by DeFiore. Pass across far side to 11. He's going to create time and space. Dump pass off the boards. Couldn't handle the pass. Chipped back in towards White Bear Lake. Going for it is Polanski. Polanski, puck goes on target, but just a little bit wide. Far side. Kept in far point by MNF. Puck dumped behind the goal line. Recovered by White Bear. Cook had the puck slapped off of his stick, recovered by White Bear, kept in at the point nicely by Polanski. White Bear able to chip it back out in the neutral zone. Poke check the puck along the boards, gets around MNF. He's quick to retreat back. Nice back check, ties up player along the boards. That's Brady Key now, 16 in white. He's going to carry it across. He was trying to wind up to get a shot. Nice job by White Bear, tying up stick on the back check. He reaching for it. Stripped back away by White Bear. Near side pass now up to 21. 21 pressure, dumps it into the zone. Stopped short behind the net by Benjamin Noonan, goaltender for the Angels. Pass couldn't be received. Dumped back out to 7. 7 cycling through the open area. Pull checked away by Angels. Recovered, dumped back in by White Bear. Stopped short by the stick of Jenner Peasland. Peasland changed direction behind Angels net. Passing it up off the boards just behind Polanski. Puck slides out in the neutral zone. It's going to be dumped back across the blue line before White Bear could vacate the zone with all their players. So offsides is the whistle. It'll be a near side face-off in the Angels' end. Or no, they're going center ice because it was shot in. That is correct. Off the draw by Sandy was won by White Bear, but possession regained by Angels. Dumped it back down to the White Bear zone. Carrying behind their goal line. They chip the puck up along the board. Stripped away by Aiken. Some slapstick hockey recovered by Aiken. He dumps it back down deep in White Bear area. Pressured now by Sandy. The pressure forced them to dump the puck behind the goal line. Pass forward, broken up by the stick of Lundy. Gapped in at the blue line by Aiken. Poke checked away by Lundy. A near side pass, and that puck's going to flip up excuse me, over the glass. So it's going to be a face-off near side in the White Bear area at the face-off dot. Charlie Bolte for the Angels wins the draw, dumped in the zone by Peasland, picked up now behind the zone by White Bear Lake. Big hit by Tweeten right behind goal line. Possession regained by White Bear. Flip the puck back across ice, forwarding pass broken up by MNF. MNF chipping it forward to Olsen, a little bit too far out of his reach. Stopped short by White Bear. Neutral zone pickup by Tweeten. Tweeten wins the red line, dumps it back down deep. Giving chase is Olsen. Pass up along the far side, breakout boards, broken up by M&F. Near side pass now. Couldn't handle the pass, was 2. Dumped back into the zone by Peaslin. Picked up now by 13. 13 winds up, rips a shot, glove save, and held on and frozen by Benjamin Noonan. It's going to be a near side face-off now, down in the Angels' end. A defensive line change. DeFiore setting up for the face-off. Face-off has the puck slide right through the house. Picked up far corner by Nyquist. He gets sent up hard into the boards. Got some support by DeFiore. DeFiore's also sent into the boards. Pass forward to Therrelton. White Bear Lake had recovered. Nice pass out front. And the puck sense of Noonan allows him to break the pass forward out into the house slot with the stick and then grabbing it as it chipped up into the air. After the draw with DeFiore, puck possession got slapped out but sent back into the zone. So a quick offsides whistle, and that'll be a face-off right out front of the Angels bench. 10:54 to go in period number 1. DeFiore with the draw. Polanski and Noah as wingers. Face-off 1, White Bear, pressured by Noah. Near side pass, broken up by the skate of Polanski. Nyquist tries passing it over across to Therrelton, broken up by 21. Therrelton gives chase, stripped away behind, pass out front. Huge save by Noonan. Leg save, recovered, rebound save. Cleared wide by 21. Tries to create some space. DeFiore had the puck. He gets hammered off of it. Loose puck now out in the neutral zones, picked up by Polanski as he stripped it away from 11. Pass out front. Looking for DeFiore. He was tied up. Dumped further in the zone by Key. Polanski taps it down below the goal line for Key. Breakout pass broken up. Shot by DeFiore. Deflection attempt by Polanski went just wide. Puck tied up now in the corner. Kept in at the point by Therrelton as he stepped up. Loose puck slides far side. Tries to pull it off the boards. Grabbed by DeFiore. He's tied up. Stripped away off of his stick. Kept it in though. Before it gets dumped out. 17 now sliding in. 17 pressured. He's looking to go far side. Puck cleared by Easlin. Forwarding pass up to Key. Puck slapped off of his stick. Aikens coming in hot from behind. He's going to continue up the boards. Overskated it briefly. Got some help from Cook. Puck sliding now behind the White Bear net. Couldn't handle the bouncing puck on the far side boards. Covered by 14. They're going to reverse, come back near side. A whiff pass. Chip attempt on the boards. Stopped short by Jenner Peaslin. Peaslin backhands it deep back down into White Bear end. 14 picks it up, tries to hammer it into the boards. Aiken was there. Cook's also there. White Bear recovers, sends it far side, chips it off. Puck gets dumped further down by 7. It's going to be picked up as Eminence gives chase. He's going to quick put on the brakes, change direction behind the Angels net. His pass bounces off the stick of Lundy. It is kept in at the point. Centering pass out front off of a skate. I believe that was an Angels skate, and that's going to get dumped now down by Aiken. And that's going to be an icing whistle, so it'll be a near side face-off down in the Angels' end. Christian Sandy with the face-off, bouncing puck out front, grabbed by Lundy. Lundy's going to continue skating. He headmans it up to Tweeten. Will Tweeten feeds it back to Lundy. Lundy gets a nice shot. Beautiful save. Rebound attempt. Bouncing puck out front. Pass out front from Sandy. Bouncing puck out to the high slot. Kept in by Therrelton. Bouncing puck off the stick of Tweeten as he was tied up out front. Kept in again by Therrelton. Shot on target. Leg save. Reaching for the rebound was Tweeten. Kept in at the point. Lundy gets a shot. Pressured now by Sandy behind the goal line. 13 still has it. Some fancy stick work. Finally, Sandy is able to get enough stick on it. 13 fed it up to 19. 19 was looking for a far side teammate. 7 recovers, carrying it down behind the goal line, and a quick feed out front to 20. A beautiful play set up by White Bear. 20 had connected with it, just broken up by traffic. Puck was recovered by Therrelton, chipped it up off the stick of Sandy. 9's going to carry it in. Lining up for a big hit was Tweeten. Therrelton backhands it back across into the corner. Tip pass from Olsen up to Nyquist. Olsen's going to grab the loose puck. Passes it on the boards back to Therrelton. Therrelton tries to feed it up to Tweeten. Tweeten pressured. Is able to get it out, and the puck's going to get flipped up and out by Sandy. Giving chase is Olsen, but won't get there in time. Him or the White Bear player, so it'll be a near side face-off down in Angels' end following the icing whistle. That's going to be a glove hand side face-off for Noonan. 7:08 to go in period number 1. Off the draw, coming out with it is Peaslin. Jenner Peaslin skates up near side. Forwarding pass broken up by White Bear. White Bear recovers, dumps it back down into Angels' end. Going into the corner is Eminef. He's tied up along the boards. Chip pass out to the point. The point shot broken up by the skate of Polanski. Polanski staying with the pressure. White Bear able to recover and dump it back out in neutral zone. A whiff pass and dumped into the zone by Polanski before Bolte could vacate the area. And that's going to be an offsides whistle against the Angels, so it'll be a far side face-off in front of White Bear bench. 6:37 to go in period number 1. Face-off 1, White Bear giving chase now by Noah as the puck slid down behind goal line. Near side pass behind net, that puck got deflected, so icing waved off on the chip. Chasing it down in the corner is Peaslin. Slides past the stick of Eminef. Recovered far side along the boards by Noah. Noah's pass across. A little bit of a fumble. Loose puck poke checked away now by Eminef. Pressure by Noah. White Bear recovers. Skating it down behind the net. A wraparound attempt. Couldn't quite keep the stick on the puck as it slid further out. Pressure now by Noah along far side boards. Puck's going to continue rolling out now near side. Picked up by Peaslin. Jace Peaslin giving chase. White Bear recovers. Forwarding pass recovered by Noah. His shot on target. Leg and stick saved by the goaltender, and he'll hold on to it. A near side face-off down in the White Bear end. Glove hand side of the Tendy. DeFiore setting up for the draw. Face-off. Possession won by White Bear. Far side pass, couldn't connect. Picked up by Nyquist. He sends it back up near side to Therrelton. Therrelton headed to Noah, who's got Chase Peaslin. Peaslin cuts into the middle. Shot was on target. Save, cleared wide. Loose puck now. Far side pass out front, just behind, or just under the stick of DeFiore. Therrelton now flipping the puck back down into White Bear zone. That would count as a shot on net. As it was on target, DeFiore ties up the player, far side corner. Giving chase now is Key behind the goal line. Change the direction for White Bear as they pass it back across behind their net. Near side pass up to 19. 19 is going to cycle it up, tries to hit 7, but his stick was tied up by Cook. Nyquist lost the puck on the turn. Nice pass out front by White Bear, broken up by the Angels. Key tries sending it far side. A far side pass for his vantage point coming near side for us was broken up. Dumped back down now by White Bear. Nyquist recovering behind the goal line. He's pressured. Sends it back down deep to Therrelton. Therrelton's going to pass it up to Polanski. Polanski looking for an outlet. Goes up to Cook. Cook tapped it forward to Key, who was pressured immediately. Loose puck now. Cook feeding it out front. Bouncing puck as Polanski was tied up, driving in. White Bear recovers, kept in at the point by Eminef. Picking up loose puck now is Polanski. Pass out front. Cook was there, he's tied up, and now Key's going to go sit for 2, so Angels are going to get a tripping penalty, and that's going to be the first penalty of the game. So that's going to be a face-off down in the Angels' end, and the first power play opportunity for White Bear Lake. With 4:02 to go in period number 1. as he was taking away the shooting lane. Pass out front to the slot. That shot got just deflected just wide. Tries to clear it out. Is Peaslin. Cook finds the loose puck, chips it up. And Aiken's able to recover and skate it back out. He's going to win the red line and continue carrying it down. Shot on target by the hash marks. Leg save brings the puck ricocheting back out, flying back forward. Near side pass to 11. 11 feeds it up to 8. Huge save by Noonan. Loose puck. Ricochets as it's dumped now behind the goal line. Recovered by White Bear. A turn spin shot right along the goal line. A chest save for Noonan. He'll hold on to that freezing puck. Minute 14 to go. In Keys tripping penalty. 3:16. Left in period 1. DeFiore with the draw. Face off one by the Angels. Nyquist tries dumping the puck. His stick was tied up. Recovered by White Bear. Far side pass out to the point. Near side up to near side point. And recovered by 8. Nice shot on target. Saved and held on by Noonan. And DeFiore staying out for the draw. Under a minute to go on the penalty kill. Face off one White Bear, tied up by Therrelson. Checked away by DeFiore. Therrelson still giving chase, pressuring it out at the point. It's kept in, dumped in the near side corner. DeFiore hammering a player hard into the boards. Loose puck slides out to the point. Pass down deep behind the goal lines. They're going to carry it around back far side. It's on the brakes looking for a player out front. Broken up by traffic. Puck picked up by 9 as he stepped up from the point. Pass down deep behind the goal line. Passed up to 17. Loose puck now is going to be recovered by DeFiore. DeFiore's going to hold on to it. Continue to skate it out. He's going to win the red line and then backhand it down deep into the goal line to prevent icing whistle. 15 seconds to go on the penalty. Pressured in the corner by Sandy. White Bear Lake tries to figure out what to do. Far side pass up to 9. 9's going to continue skating up through the middle. Pressure wide by M&F. Tries cycling down behind the goal line, behind the cycle, behind the back shot, one just wide. Angels back at full strength. Off the draw, loose puck out in front of the house. Cleared wide by M&F. He's tied up. And now the Angels are going to get their first power play opportunity as White Bear is going to sit for 2 for hooking. And that's going to bring a face-off back down now into White Bear zone. Should be a far side face-off. Blocker hand side. Minute 39 to go in period 1. So for the Noah dumps the puck down back below goal line. Pressured was Polanski. Able to dump the puck out far side. Or it is White Bear. Nice chase given by Noah. Noah lost some equipment on the play. Passes it up near side to DeFiore. DeFiore waiting for teammates to cycle in. Passes it hard far side off the boards. Polanski with it. He's pressured. Tries to figure out what to do. Puck is kept in at the blue line by DeFiore. DeFiore's going to walk in. He rips a shot and a goal! As the goalie perhaps was screened a little bit. Nice job by DeFiore burying it. Capitalizing on the power play opportunity. So that's going to terminate the White Bear Lake penalty. We have exactly 1 minute to go in period number 1. Angels scoring first to get their tally on the scoreboard. And now they are leading White Bear Lake 1-0. Puck tied up following the draw, but recovered by Tweeten, who took the face-off. Tweeten cycling in. He tries ripping a shot, broken up by traffic. Tweeten hard check in the corner. Loose puck bouncing around at the dot. And now we're going to have Tweeten is going to sit for 2 for roughing with 45 seconds to go. So power play opportunity again for White Bear. And it's going to be a far side face-off down in Angels' end. Face off one, White Bear out to the point. Cycle shot, blocker save, cleared wide up over the net, dumped along the boards by Nyquist. Kept in at the point. Nyquist recovers in the corner, sends it back along the boards. Couldn't handle the puck off the boards. Dumped further out by Cook. Recovered now by White Bear. White Bear 11. A quick cycle turn to change direction. Continuing to fly up ice. And offsides is going to be the whistle. So that's going to stop momentum for White Bear. And it'll be a far side face-off in front of the Angels bench. .2 seconds to go. Off the draw, puck tied up, slapped, but kept in by White Bear at the point. 11 seconds. Shot from the point was going way wide, deflected off the skate of Cook. 8 recovers, cycling, passes it back far side to the point. Backhand puck pass towards net was broken up by M&F, and the buzzer brings period number 1 to an end. We're going to have a really short intermission break here with teams staying on the bench before getting period number 2 started momentarily. Face off one, White Bear. 11 the puck carrier. 1:09 to go on the White Bear Lake power play. 11's going to carry it back into the Angels zone. Near side, puts on the brakes, tries feeding it out front. Recovered by 5. His shot deflected up off the stick of Noah into the netting. Be a near side face off. Blocker hand side of Noonan. Fiore with the draw, face off one, White Bear. Dumped in from the point into the corner. Pressured by M&F. M&F tying the player up. 8 comes in for White Bear to add some support. Chips it up to 5, who is waiting along the boards. Dumps it back down to 8. 8 carries it now behind the Angels net. Back to 20, to 8. 8 passes and shoots the puck, crossing over all the blue paint without going in. Kept in at the point, dumped up by M&F. Pressured along the top by Noah, and that shot went in, hit the far side post, and I believe ricocheted off the back of Noonan to find the back of the net. At least I think that's what had just occurred. So White Bear Lake able to capitalize on the penalty kill, or the power play rather. And that brings us back to a tie game with 1 apiece. We've got 14 minutes, 4 seconds left in period 2. Off the draw, face off 1, White Bear against Sandy. Forwarding pass broken up by Sandy. Loose puck out in neutral zone. Pass near side up to Lundy. Lundy continuing to cycle down, puts on the brakes. He's going to go down on the body sandwich check. Loose puck picked up by Sandy. He rips a shot. Just saved and held on. Off the draw, puck gets chipped up and out of the zone as Nyquist was looking to dump it deep. Forwarding pass by Therrelton, recovered far side now. Aiken's going to cycle in. He's feeding it out front. Gets broken up and chipped out of the way of the stick of Lundy, who was waiting for it, by White Bears. They continue back to carry it into Angel zone. Hammered hard by Aiken into the boards. Sandy had tried to feed it up. Lundy hands out a business card. Lundy, nice breakout pass and a breakaway attempt for Lundy. Asher Lundy tried beating the goalie far side. Puck went just a little bit too far off of the stick. Puck tied up into the skates of the official. Getting some support now by Polanski. Polanski's going to be able to poke check the puck away. Cycling around near side. Comes over the top of the circle. Walks in. He rips a shot. A rebound attempt by Cook. Cleared wide out front by White Bear. A backhand shot by Cook. And the goaltender, with some good puck sense for tracking, was able to stop it short. Near side face-off now. Down in the White Bear end. A blocker hand face-off for the goaltender. Luke Cook with the draw. Face-off one White Bear into the corner. Dumped the puck along the boards far side. Pass out front in the center ice. Couldn't handle the pass. Broken up by Ameneth. Offsides is going to be the call, as Polanski grabbed it right as he was exiting the White Bear Lake area. So near side face-off following the face-off, or the offsides whistle. Cook with the face-off. Chipping the puck forward and skating for it was Polanski. Lost it on the poke check. Puck recovered now by 20. 20 cycling around back into the Angels end. Goes far side. Puts on the brakes at the hash marks. Tries feeding it up and the puck gets ricocheted in. And an inadvertent deflection as the puck finds the near side post. And that's going to give White Bear Lake the first lead of the game for them, as they're up 2-1 over the Angels. Charlie Bolte with the face-off. Face-off one Bolte, stepping up with Nyquist. He feeds it up to Tweeten. Tweeten's going to flip it down in the near side corner. Going forward is Olsen. Olsen tying up a player in the corner. Puck's going to get recovered by White Bear. 20 is going to cycle it back up through the middle, pressured by Bolte. Tweeten's going for it. Stripped away by Tweeten. Recovered loose puck is Bolte. Bolte cycling around near side, banking the puck off the boards. Tries to hit Olsen. Olsen pressuring, allows Bolte to come back in. Bolte cycling in. His shot, blocker saved wide. White Bear Lake dumps it back behind the net. Going after it is Tweeten. Tweeten battling. Bolte going into the corner. Loose puck out to the point. Shot from Therrelton. Blocker save. Slash from the goalie. And now the goalie's going to get called for a slashing. And so now we're going to have another power play opportunity for the Angels. And somebody from White Bear that was on the ice is going to have to serve the penalty for the goalie. It'll have to be either 27, 19, 10, or 13. Now it looks like 12 is going to serve the penalty. Maybe the rule about having to be served with somebody on the ice isn't in effect. Kept in at the point following the face-off by Peaslin. Puck tied up in the corner on the power play for the Angels. Polanski inadvertently sends it outside of the zone to Peaslin. Peaslin across to brother Jace Peaslin. Puck carried back in and offsides. Not sure. That was some confusing offsides. But far side face off for the Angels bench. DeFiore with the draw, face off one White Bear. Face off win-loss percentage for the Angels not being very high so far in this tournament. Certainly something that might need some work on face-off wins. Try and get those percentages up. Dumped into the zone by the Angels, pressured by Noah, recovered by White Bear. They flip it back out in the neutral zone. Settled down by Jenner Peaslin, across to brother Jace Peaslin. He dumps it deep, giving chase as the puck comes in the near side corner is Noah. Chips it up to DeFiore. DeFiore feeds it up. A one-timer attempt, just missing the puck was Jace Peaslin. Pass it back out to Theraldson at the point. Far side pass from Peaslin on target, like safe recovered by Noah. Up to Peaslin, out to Theraldson. Theraldson dumps the puck back into the far corner. Giving chase, pass out front by Peaslin, deflected off the skate. Recovered by White Bear. 43 seconds to go on the White Bear penalty. Lost it on the stick handle. Tries to dump it down. It's grabbed by Theraldson. Near side pass to Noah. Noah's flying in near side. He gets the puck poke checked off of his stick. Recovered now along the boards by Polanski. Polanski out to the point to Theraldson. Theraldson a whiff on the shot. Over along far side boards to Eminef. Eminef pressured. Dumps the puck back out to the point to Theraldson. Theraldson pressured back to Eminef. Eminef out front to Aiken. Aiken too long winding up for the shot. You got to rip that immediately, bud. Loose puck out front and cleared out by White Bear. It's going to be recovered by Polanski in the neutral zone, and successful penalty kill for White Bear Lake. Puck dumped down deep into the zone by Polanski. Chased down now behind the goal line by Aiken. Change of direction for White Bear. He was going in for a big body check. Kept in at the point by Eminef. Recovered by White Bears. They chip it out, but it finds the stick of Eminef. Eminef dumping it up along the boards, giving chase is Braden Key. Braden Key, wide angle shot, deflected off the stick of White Bear. Loose puck now in the far corner. Aiken's battling for it. He's tying up a player. White Bear Lake able to strip it free. Sends it back along the goal line. And near side pass, chip, and icing waved off. No idea why that was waved off. But then you're going to call that. That was the exact same thing that White Bear Lake just did. And they waved the icing off. But regardless, we're going to have an icing whistle, which brings it down for a face-off near side. Blocker hand side up Noonan with 8:26 to go in period number 2. White Bear Lake leading 2-1. Sandy with the draw. Loose puck bounces into the near side corner, chipped up along the boards. Shot on target, stick saved by Noonan. Recovered now behind the net by Nyquist. Got some help from Sandy. Bouncing puck, tries to get it out to the point, found the stick of Tweeten. Sandy now skating it up through the middle, and a shot. Oh, got just deflected. I believe that was a goalie. The goalie had touched that puck, deflecting it just wide. Play broken up by White Bear, recovered by Theraldson. He wins the red line, dumps it back down deep, giving chase in near corner is Lundy and Sandy. Passing it back from the pressure behind the goal line is White Bear. Tying up player out at the point is Theraldson. Chased now by Lundy. Poke checked away along the boards, forcing the player to put on the brakes. The Angels players standing around ripped the shot that went just high. And Nyquist comes in, hands out some business, tying the player up. White Bear Lake recovers, skating it now down behind the Angels net, passing it up far side to 11. 11 is pressured by Tweeten. Bouncing puck, tries to get it out. Theraldson grabs it, and he's going to dump it hard, clearing the zone. And icing whistle is going to allow Angels to get a line change. And it'll be a far side face-off. Down in the Angels' end. Love hand side of Noonan. Face-off infraction, White Bear. White Bear Lake wins the draw beautifully out to the point. Passing in near side, couldn't find the target. Recovered now behind the goal line by M&F. M&F had the puck, find the stick of Noah. Grabbed now after it was loose by Peaslin. Jace Peaslin flying up far side. Shot, stick save. Grabbing the rebound, chipping it into the corner behind the goal line. Stepping up from the point. M&F's shot goes way wide of the net. Noah backhands it back into the corner. Pulled away out by DeFiore. Pass near side by M&F. M&F winds up. He rips a shot. And the goaltender, chest save, and held on to it. 6 minutes, 30 seconds to go in period number 2. White Bear Lake still leading by 1 with a score of 2-1 over the Angels. And Luke Cook with the face-off. Off the drop, puck gets dumped along the far side boards by White Bear, kept in at the point by Jenner Peaslin. Tying up players is Cook. White Bear Lake able to get it back out in neutral zone, dumped back in by Cook. Giving chase behind the goal line is Polanski. Loose puck slides out, but it's grabbed by 8. 8's going to continue skating it up in the neutral zone. Pushed off the puck by Cook. That's going to allow Braden Key to grab it. Key now coming in. And now we're going to have a penalty on White Bear. Near side pass to M&F. Extra skater on the ice on the delayed penalty. And now Braden Key is also going to go for something behind the play. Looks like there was some roughing or something that the official didn't like. So I believe it's going to be a face-off down in the White Bear zone. So those will be 4-on-4. Since the penalties weren't necessarily coincidental, but occurred at different times, so it won't be 5-on-5. I believe it shouldn't be. And the face-off due to another player from White Bear Lake in the box. Not sure, I suppose the secondary player serving the initial hooking penalty, and then there was, oh I see, it's a 5-on-4. So the secondary penalties by Key and said player then were coincidental, so they're not showing up. But then you had to have a player serve the initial hooking penalty. So then I'm wondering if the player should serve the 2 minutes of the second penalty that he earned. Once the initial 2 minutes is done, they shouldn't be served consecutively. We'll see if that actually is how they're going to operate it. Near side battle along the boards now. Coming out with it is Tweeten. Tweeten sends it far side, bounces off White Bear Lake, grabbed by M&F. Reaching in and grabbing it is Aiken. Aiken continuing to cycle with the puck near side. Drop pass to Bolte. Bolte pulling it off. And now we're going to have a whistle. I believe it was a crease infraction maybe, which called the play dead, and they brought it outside of the zone. So now we'll have a face-off. The outside's dot in front of the Angels bench. Face-off gets dumped by Jace Peaslin into the Angels end. Tries to grab, use your hand, buddy, instead of your skate. As the puck ricochets off the boards, back near side, send it across to Jace Peaslin. Peaslin feed it up to Noah. Striking in to grab the loose puck is DeFiore. DeFiore sends it far side to Peaslin. That pass got deflected, ricocheted off a stick. Peaslin tries to settle the puck down, goes to Peaslin, near side to Polanski. Polanski pressured, sends it down along the boards to DeFiore. DeFiore, he's tied up on the play. White Bear Lake able to grab the puck, and they're going to dump it hard off the boards. 16 seconds to go. 14 seconds to go on the power play. Near side face-off down in the White Bear end. DeFiore with the face-off. Tied up after the draw. Loose puck grabbed by Polanski. He rips a shot, saved, cleared wide by the goalie. Picked up near side by DeFiore. White Bear Lake tries to get it out. Puck tied up into the skates of the official. Both teams now back at full strength. Grabbed by Peaslin. Pass near side to Emineth. Emineth feeds it up the middle to DeFiore. DeFiore up to Noah. Noah sidestepping a dangerous check. Dumped back down to the stick of Jenner Peaslin to Emineth. Emineth tries feeding it up to Polanski. Broken up by traffic. Players on the bench both waiting for a whistle, I believe, to come out. Shot saved by Noonan, cleared up by Emineth to the stick of Polanski. Polanski cycling around to create time and space. Dumps the puck down the board, stripped off the stick of Lundy. Lundy backhands it back down deep into White Bear end. 2:52 to go in period number 2. Pressured behind by Sandy. Sandy passes it out to the point to Nyquist. Nyquist pressured. Dumped out of the zone by White Bear, recovered near side by Therrelson, sends it across to Aiken, bouncing puck over the stick of Aiken, sent back to the stick of Therrelson. Therrelson tries feeding it up to Lundy. Goal checked away, flipped up into the zone by White Bear. 21 reaching into it, pressured by Therrelson. Nice leg block, intercepting the centering pass. White Bear Lake recovering, tries to get it out near side, and now we're going to have a penalty served again. So another power play opportunity, this time in favor of White Bear. So Aiken's going to sit for 2 for hooking. We've got 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this penalty-plagued second period. Off the draw, Therrelson reaching for it. Shot from the high point, deflecting off the stick of Therrelson, hits the netting and drops 2 pucks down. 1 puck that was tied up in the netting. Face-off 1 against DeFiore by White Bear. Reaching for it is Therrelson. Pulled away off the boards. And down behind the goal line by 20. Pressured by Therrelson. Out front. Wide angle shot. And on target, but frozen by Noonan. With the face-off, won by White Bear. Shot from the point, hits traffic, rebound, leg saved by Noonan, picked up near side by 20, pressured by Emineth. Emineth tying a player up, finds a loose puck, dumps it up along the boards, tries to chip it out, is Noah, able to get enough onto it, and launches it all the way down, so an icing whistle is going to bring it right back, near side face-off, Walker hand side of Noonan. 1:29 to go in period number 2. Face-off 1, White Bear against Cook. Out at the point, pull checked away by Cook. Brooks can continue skating it down using the skate and stripped away by Peaslin. Jace Peaslin on target shot, leg saved by the goalie. Drop back down by 8. 8 drop pass back to 11. 11 cycles in up through the high slot. Pressured by Peaslin. Peaslin pull checks the puck back out. And offsides is going to be the whistle as the puck rolled back across the blue line. So stopping momentum, exactly 1 minute to go in period number 2. White Bear Lake leading 2-1 over the Angels. Cook with the draw, face off as the puck bounces along the far side boards, hammered out of the zone by Cook. Pressure near side by Peaslin. Pass up by White Bear to 17. 17 tries to figure out what to do. Pressure is stripped away by Emineth. Emineth's going to continue skating it out of the zone. Wins the red line and blue line. Continues down into the far side corner. Puts on the brakes as he blows a tire. White Bear Lake pressuring. Coming back up. We've got 31 seconds to go. And icing is going to be the whistle. So it'll be a near side face off down in the White Bear Lake end. Blocker hand side of the goaltender. DeFiore with the face-off. Face-off one, White Bear against DeFiore. Up dumped along the far side boards, broken up by Noah. Noah's shot, broken up, hits traffic. Grab near side by White Bear, pressured by DeFiore. 14 seconds to go, 10 passes it back to D partner. And manning it up to 19. So the Angels back at full strength. Loose puck sliding now. It's going to be grabbed by Therrelton. He'll just hold on to it as time will expire for period number 2. We'll have a little bit longer intermission break now between periods as both teams will head back to their respective locker rooms for some ice resurfacing. And we'll be back at it for the conclusion of the game with period number 3 here in Edina between White Bear Lake and the Fargo Angels. Since we are being hosted by Edina and looking around at all the banners that are hanging in this arena, I always find it interesting, and I'd like to point out that, as the saying goes, Minnesota hockey is where the North hates the South hates the Metro, and everybody hates Edina. But if I could get it to go up, like it or not, that's impressive. So good on the Hornets for having a strong program, even if you don't like them. Stick around, we'll be back for third period here shortly. Yeah, I was right. According to USA Hockey Rules, which is the governing body for youth hockey, penalties incurred by a goaltender must be served by a player that was on the ice at the time of the penalty. Whether that doesn't apply in the tournament is beyond me. But number 12 wasn't on the ice when the goaltender received the penalty. I don't believe. Third period, moments away from getting underway. Starting it off on the draw is DeFiore, won by White Bear Lake. Pass forward, broken up by Emineth. Emineth sends it back out to neutral zone. Tying up player along the boards is DeFiore and Noah. Puck stripped away by White Bear, near side pass to 11. 11 feeds it up to 8, who cuts in through the middle. Wind up, takes a shot, saved by Noonan. Weird wide from behind the net, wraparound attempt, loose puck out front. Rebound by 17, went just wide, passed out to the point. Shot deflected wide off the stick of Emineth. Emineth giving chase, White Bear Lake sends it back out to the point. And icing waved off as Noah is continuing to chase it down behind the goal line. And now players getting tied up along the boards. Looking to see who's going to come out with it. 8 for White Bear is able to find the loose puck. Headmans it up to 17. 17 continuing to skate up through neutral ice. Passes near side to 21. 21 rips a shot. Well saved by Noonan. Loose puck now picked up behind the goal line by DeFiore. DeFiore sends it up off the boards to Kiesland. Kiesland, bank pass off the boards. Puck gets stopped short in some wet water. It's a good way to have a puck make a dead stop as it is trying to slide across the frozen ice. Couple more minutes and all that wet spot should be gone. Pass from Polanski, tries to feed it back. It's broken up by White Bear. White Bear centering pass to 20 and a shot in the goal as he skated around multiple Angels players and unable to tie up the stick, and it sounded like there was an initial save by Noonan. And then must have trickled in with some momentum, carrying it across the goal line. And again, marking these goals against as saves so that the goaltender has the video clips to go back and review. After the draw won by Cook, forwarding pass up to Key. Key striking up through the middle. Puck deflected off of his stick, recovered by White Bear. Stepping up at the point was Nyquist. Hammering the puck along the boards is Polanski. Loose puck now, recovered behind the net by Theraldson. He puts on the brakes, changes direction, passes it up along the boards to Key. Key feeds it up to Polanski. Polanski's going to continue down into White Bear's zone. Both checked off of his stick, recovers along the far side boards. Tries to feed it up, but stumped in by Emineth. Chasing it down in the corner is Cook. Forwarding pass out. Shot on target. Save. Stepping up for a secondary shot from Peasland. Hits traffic. Grabbed and skated out of the zone now by 19. Wins the red line. Dumps it down deep. Emineth recovering the puck along behind the net. Lost it on the stick handle. Pass off the boards, broken up now by Sandy. Christian Sandy feeds it up to Lundy. Lundy gets a shot, stick save, cleared wide in the near side corner. Aiken giving chase, dumped up along the boards by 10. Stepping up from the point is Peasland. Loose puck recovered by Sandy. Turn shot by Sandy, hits traffic, turn top by Aiken. It was a whip. Forwarding pass up to a camper for White Bear. chases it down into the corner. Going down on the play is M&F. Able to clear the puck up now is Lundy. Lundy passes it up to Aiken. Aiken wins the red line, dumps it down deep, going for a line change. Puck now is going to be picked up along the boards by Olsen. Olsen's going to continue skating down into the corner. Over skating the puck. Allows White Bear to recover, sends it up far side. Puck broken up by Olsen. Recovered by 9. Continues chasing it down into the corner. He's tied up along the boards. Got some help from Bolte. Massive hit against Theraldson sent him flying into the boards. Looks like some loose water behind the net. Put on the brakes for the puck there too. Far side cross-ice pass. Tries to reach for it is Olsen. Slapped away but recovered by Nyquist. He lost it on the stick handle. Defense dumps it back up out of the zone. Recovered by Nyquist. Sends it up to Bolte, who had just exited the area. Bolte puts on the brakes, sends it out front. Broken up by 13, poke checked away by Bolte. Bolte goes down on the check. Wheaton sends player hard into the boards. White Bear Lake lost it on the wet ice behind in the near corner. Loose puck picked up by Tweeten, sends it out to Theraldson. Theraldson winds up his shot. A redirect by Noah sent it just wide. Keeping it in, an attempt by Nyquist was unsuccessful. White Bear Lake now coming in on a 2-on-1. Lost it on the pressure. Recovered by Noah. Noah feeds it up to Tweeten. Tweeten wins the red line, dumps it down deep. Noah's continuing to give chase. Loose puck now stripped away by Noah. Got some help from DeFiore. Tries to clear it out. Shot from the point by M&F, hits traffic. Recovered by White Bear, near side pass, far side cross ice pass, broken up by Noah. Loose puck bounced to the stick of Peaslin. Jenner Peaslin. Intended target of Jace Peaslin. Loose puck now to M&F. M&F far side through the skates of Noah. Noah's going to dump it down, icing waved off. White Bear Lake recovers, chips it off the glass out to Peaslin. Peaslin over to M&F. M&F dumping it on the boards. No one there for Angels on left wing side. Covered now by White Bear. 2-on-1 back check attempt by Chase Peaslin. Pass out front. Wind up shot. Hits friendly fire. Puck slides out in the neutral zone. Recovered by 11 following his shot. 11 pressured by Jace Peaslin. Jace Peaslin 11 for the Angels. Braden Key comes in, strips the puck away, continuing to chase it down behind. Pass out front to Cook, broken up by White Bear. Puck took a weird bounce off the glass post. Recovered by 19. 19 carrying it in over the blue line, pressured, tries to get it down deep. Far side pass by Theraldson. It's going to be recovered by White Bear down in their end. And offsides is going to be the whistle as Polanski intercepted it just outside the blue line before carrying it in. So it'll be a near side face-off with 8:14 to go in period number 3. Angels trailing by 2. And Cook setting up for the face-off. Face-off one, White Bear. Pulled it off the boards. A whiff pass by Key, able to recover, dumps it down far side, pressured in the corner by Polanski. Key going in, tying the player up. Loose puck stripped back and sent down by Cook. Puck recovered by White Bear, carrying it down behind the goal line. Far pass out front, looking for a sleeper, broken up by Nyquist. By Theraldson, carried back into the zone by Cook. Cook whiffing on, dumping the puck deep, able to recover. Stopped short by 15. 15 puts on the brakes twice. Sends the puck up along the boards, and that puck's going to continue carrying all the way down. Looks like White Bear Lake strategy has shifted to dumping the puck out for sleepers here in the third. Puck sent out to the point. Kept in. No clear shot. Sent back along, wrapping the boards. Theraldson tying up player behind the net. White Bear Lake able to come out with it. Cycling down, hit friendly fire into the body of 20, recovered now by Lundy. Lundy gets absolutely trucked on the play. A big open ice check. Pressure now by Polanski behind. Polanski looking for an opportunity to feed Sandy, who is out front. Stepping up from the point is Emineth. Emineth feeding it back to Lundy. Lundy's shot pass towards net, broken up by the stick of Polanski. Recovered now by Jenner Pieslin. Pieslin across to Emineth. Feeds it up off the skate of Polanski. Sandy feeding it back to Pieslin. Pieslin pressured, sends it across to Emineth. Emineth chips it back up out of the zone. Angels only have 4 skaters on the ice. Recovered now by Jenner Pieslin. Goes across to Emineth. Emineth lost it, couldn't figure out where it was. Jenner Pieslin steps in. Pass from Emineth under the stick of Aiken. Recovered now by White Bear. Aiken tries to recover it. Puck along the boards. And White Bear Lake carrying it back down into Angels territory. Recovered by Sandy. Up to Olsen. Feeds it back to Sandy. Sandy's trying to feed it up to Aiken. He's tied up on the play. Recovered now by Two. Tries to pass it up. Is broken up by the skate of Olsen. Tweeton's going down into the corner. Pressured now behind the goal line. And White Bear Lake recovers. And that's going to be all the way down. And icing is going to be the whistle, which brings the face-off back down near side in the White Bear end. 5:33 to go. And period number 3, Angels trailing by 2. Face-off 1, Angels. Olsen tried feeding it out to the point. Recovered now by Therrelton. Therrelton cycling down on the turn. He's going to go flying up the boards. He gets bodied off along the far side boards into the official. White Bear Lake recovers, flipping it up, and slapped back into the zone by Therrelton out of the air. Near side face-off. White Bear Lake end. DeFiore setting up for the face-off. Face-off 1, White Bear. White Bear very successful on face-off wins in this game against the Angels. 8 skating it down around behind the Angels net. Pressured off the puck by Nyquist. Somehow still able to get a puck. Pass out front, broken up by the Angels. Loose puck grabbed by Nyquist. Nyquist feeds it up to Pieslin. Pieslin lost it on the stick handle. It's kept in at the point. Far side pass broken up by Noah. Noah was trying to feed it up. Broken up by a stick. Nyquist feeds it back up to 17. 17 walks in, top of the circle. Glove save and held on by Noonan. Face-off 1, Angels. Pieslin sends it across behind the goal line to Emineth. Emineth tries to feed it up to Noah. Loose puck as it's chipped out. Noah is going to give chase. White Bear Lake recovers, carrying it down behind their net. Change of direction, putting on the brakes. Pass out to the point, broken up by Pieslin. Jenner Pieslin winds up. He rips a shot, hits traffic. Posting for it. And it's broken up by White Bear. Covered by Pieslin, but stripped away. Walking in at the hash marks, broken up. And shot removed by Emineth. Jenner Pieslin. Change of direction. Back to Emineth, feeds it up to Noah. Noah tries dumping it down deeper. Pieslin giving pressure now. DeFiore near side, slapping the puck away, but recovered by 11. Braden Key giving chase. Recovered in the neutral zone by Polanski. Polanski on the spin turn, able to get it down. Puck recovered by White Bear, chipping it off the glass into the Angels' end. 19 tried winding up. Jenner Pieslin took that shot away. 3:16 to go in period 3. Dumped back into the zone, but offsides is going to be the whistle, stopping play. center ice face-off due to it being shot in. Cook with the draw. Face-off. Driving forward was White Bear, but it's recovered by Polanski. Slipped away. Poke check by 20 off the stick of Nyquist. Loose puck out front. Cleared out by the stick of Noonan. Polanski was trying to feed it up to Key. Puck hits the skate of the official. Slapped back away by White Bear to their defenders. Headmanning it up to 19. 19 looking for a centering pass. Broken up by the Angels. Key passes it up under the stick of Polanski. White Bear recovered. Nyquist dumps the puck up along the boards. Polanski recovers. Backhands it down into the near corner. Giving chase is Braden Key. Shot from the point. Off the dome of 15, the birdcage almost deflected the puck down and into the net. Pass from behind the goal line by Tweeten. Sandy recovering. Kept in at the blue line. Pass across broken up by Sandy. Empty net now for the Angels. Pass forward by Therrelton to Aiken. Broken up by White Bear and buried on a nice pass forward read by White Bear. And they capitalize on the empty net. I'm not sure what the discussion is. We have 2 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in period 3. I believe they were trying to decide if that was going to be offsides, and that actually looks like what the play was going to be. So offsides would have been the call. That's why the face-off's taking place up now in front of the Angels bench. Face-off possession by Jenner Peaslin. Peaslin rips a shot blocker save. Going in, looking for it. Loose puck out front. Backhanded in. Hits traffic. Glove save. And empty net again for the Angels. Loose puck battle behind the net by DeFiore. DeFiore tying the player up. Got some help by Sandy. Jace Peaslin hands out a big body check. Shot from Noah goes wide. Kept in at the point by Jenner Peaslin. Recovered on the turn. Sends it. And offsides is going to stop play with 1:25 to go. Far side face-off. Or no, it'll be a center ice face-off due to it being shot in. Draw. Face-off one against DeFiore by White Bear. Bouncing puck. Angels have goaltender Noonan back in net following it. Pass up front. Humongous save by Noonan. My goodness, as it was wide open. Shot from the point. Hits traffic. Noah feeds it up to Jace Peaslin. Jace Peaslin flying in. Tries going near side. He's going to get taken down behind the play in the corner. Empty net again for the Angels. Pass out to the point. Shot from the point. Deflected save by the goaltender. 49 seconds to go. Loose puck now battle along the near side boards. Jace Peaslin pressured off the puck. Finds a way out to the stick of Therrelton. Kept in on the rebound. His secondary shot went just wide. DeFiore dumps the puck into the corner. It's going to be recovered by Noah, but he's tied up on the boards. Empty net still for the Angels. Shot pass towards net. Broken up now by White Bear. tries to get it out of the zone, and they're going to be successful giving chase for Haraldson. Haraldson dumps the puck up to Bolte. 15 seconds to go. White Bear Lake pass forward, broken up by Polanski. Don't have enough time to dilly-dally around. You got to find an outlet. Fire it. Shot from Haraldson hits traffic, and that's going to do it. And game's going to come to a close. Angels coming up short, and White Bear Lake finding victory with a final score of 3-1 here at the second game of the Edina tournament. We'll be back at it for a game tomorrow against Wyzetta at 6:45. So watch for us coming to you live for that one. Thanks for being with us this morning.